all of you. Here we begin with the first class for appeals and revisions. Actually, this is all in continuity with your assessment procedure. Yes, in assessment procedure, do you remember we started with income tax authorities? That list, I think once I should show you. Income tax authorities are there, and there now, once your assessment is done, you remember there are three kinds of assessment: the summary assessment, your scrutiny assessment, your best judgment assessment. And in case if income has escaped assessment, then section 147 is there. So in all these kind of the assessments, later, then if the SSC or the department, any one of them feels aggrieved, no, we want more of clarity and good judgment, this is not right, what order is passed by AO is not correct, then they can go for appeals. Now there is some hierarchy to appeal. There are different topics we are going to cover up, and these all coming topics, appeals, revisions, rectifications, they're all a part of big topic that is called as grievance cell. This is all like, when you have grievance, when you have complaint, you go to higher authorities. Brothers, sisters are fighting, they go to parents. Parents are not able to solve, they go to the Dadaji, grandparents. So like that, this procedure is. Now listen, dear students, we are going to study it in a different way today. Last class we have completed is business restructuring. That was a topic wherein one concept we have written in notes, how it is going to affect in case of amalgamation, demerger, and we solve problem. Again, we have taken a concept, slump sale, and we solve problems. This class is procedural class. So today I will teach you complete procedure which you should understand. What are the cases, time limits, fees, form, everything for appeals and ITET, High Court and Supreme Court, this hierarchy. Tomorrow we will do everything for the revision orders and the rectifications. And then combine, we will solve the questions which are asked in exam in the form of case studies. So and so case, this happened. That is one of the type of question. No numericals obviously for this chapter. Second is MCQs. Now and then only I will tell you. So mark it very important that this point can be asked as MCQ. When I say, write it. So keep your colored pens up and make sure that you all are marking a lot in your hard copy material as of now. Okay? Because I'm teaching theory, normally that response in chat box is not so much like what is the total, you got this total all. So in case if you have any conflict in your mind, unmute and speak up in class. Chalo, shall we start? Yeah. Acha, one clarification I missed. I really wanted all of you to write one punchline in the business restructuring, and which says, all the losses in case of amalgamation, merger, conversion of a private company into LLP, and all the losses, whatever cases we have studied, the business loss can be carried forward for 8 fresh years. Okay? Unabsorbed depreciation, the no problem, except for your demerger. In case of splitting of the companies, if this loss is already being carried forward since last 3 years, and this is related to the splitted company, that is the resulting company can set off the loss only for remaining 5 years. Okay, can you please note it down? Can you just pause? I know I have started with appeals, but I'm only asking you to pause and go to the business restructuring, और वहां जाके ये note लिख लो. Write down this note in your business restructuring. All the losses can be carried forward. Individual I have given you. Fresh 8 years in amalgamation, fresh 8 years in conversion and all. But this is a combined logic. Done? Now for this topic, I want all of you to write some running notes, and then I will start reading. So I want all of you to, one second, ये तो business restructuring आ गया. Yeah. In your notebook, write down what I am making you write. Okay. We are doing chapter number 3 right now. It's all about appeals, revisions. You can revise the order, and rectification. 154, which is very popular. Right. And I told you, I want all of you to write, यहाँ पे लिख दो, refer income tax authority table. You remember when I started with assessment procedure, income tax authority table I taught you. An assessment procedure you should know. You should know the assessment procedure to understand this better. Okay, right. Now see, once you are aggrieved with the order of the AO, okay, if you are aggrieved with the order of the AO, 1 second, yeah, then you can go and file appeals. Okay, so where we can file the appeals, different kind of the appeals are there. I want you all, in spite of giving you very good notes, printed notes, this is something which you all should write and you should know. Appeals, you can first go to CIT appeals. Who can go to CIT appeals? SSC. SSC can go to CIT appeals. If CIT appeals is giving the order in favor of department, then SSC can go to Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. Both can go. And if CIT appeals is giving in favor of SSC, department can also go to the ITET and SSC can also go. If ITET is giving, say, again in the favor of SSC, then department can go or in the High Court. If High Court is giving in favor of the department, then we can go to Supreme Court. If Supreme Court is giving in the favor of SSC, then where the department can go? Ghar jana hai. Supreme Court's decision is as good as a law, and in the form of case law, we refer it in similar cases, and it becomes a law, and you need to follow that. Right? Okay. So these are various kind of the appeals which are required to be filed. CIT appeals, ITET, High Court, Supreme Court. Is the hierarchy clear? Time limits are there, but please, I want you to write few things. Then I hope, can you message me in the chat box if you are able to write the notes from screen? I know it's all printed twice, thrice in your book. फिर भी लिखो. CIT appeals you can do within 30 days of receiving the order. ITET के पास कब जाओगे? 60 days. ITET में you can go 60 days. CIT appeals का order पास होने के 60 days में you can go to ITET. High Court में you can file 120 days. Whoever is the aggrieved party, it might be SSC or the department, and then again 90 days. So these are the various ways in which appeals can be filed. Okay, there are revision orders. If the order of the AO is not right, I can go for appeals, ITET, High Court, Supreme Court. Ye to hai. This hierarchy is to there. Other than this, we can also go to 263 to the department to revise the order. Yes. Two kind of orders are revised. Section 263. Department. No, this order is passed in the favor of the commissioner appeals and by the commissioner appeals, and it's not right. So 263 revision order. Who can go for? Department applies for revision. What I'm writing right now is like a gist. Department applies for revision. Section 264. 264. SSC can apply for the revision. See, they need not go to commissioner appeals and all. Directly, if they feel no, AO has not justified, instead of going to commissioner appeals, SSC can directly applies for revision to commissioner appeals. Who will pass the revision order? The commissioners, higher authorities. Commissioners, principal commissioners, and all. More additions I will make to this. So leave one line. Then once the order is passed by the department, can they say, oh, there's a mistake apparent on the record, ये तो गलत order हमने pass कर दिया? Can they rectify the order? Yes. Can the order be rectified by ITET also? Yes. So now last one, this second and third part we are going to do in detail tomorrow. आज यही अच्छे से करेंगे. I may go a little slow, but once you know the procedure, the commenting questions will be super easy. With your critical thinking, you can analyze and do it. Rectification of order. Who will do the rectification of order? First rectification of order under section 154. Department. Rectification of the authority by the department. Department can rectify, means the rectification will be done by department only because the order is passed by department. But either they can do it suo moto themselves or at the insistence of SSC and all. This I will make you write detail when we go to that topic. And write second kind of order which is to be rectified is ITET order. ITET ने order pass तो कर दिया, income tax tribunal court, it's like a small family court. But now they feel, no, this is not right. Then can they rectify? Yes. Okay. Clear to all of you? So these are the various ways orders can be rectified. The more clarity ke saath you understand the procedural part, you will be very clear of it. You know, nowadays in exam, they are also like you all, I think most of you are writing here 2016 syllabus या 22 जो भी है. In your material, the way they are asking questions in exam, they are asking for all the grievance cell words. So please know this. When I have complaint, it is like a grievance cell is there, no? When you go to banks, to income tax authorities, online portal, if I have done shopping on Amazon, is there a grievance cell? Yes. So these are all the grievance cells. जहाँ पे, you know, कुछ गड़बड़ हुआ, some conflict, clashes are there. You can go for simple hierarchy. Frankly speaking, this is the extended assessment procedure only. But then assessment procedure itself was very long. We did it after return of income. You remember or not? 143.1, your intimation, summary assessment, 143 scrutiny. They will randomly pick a few cases, scrutiny, best judgment. If you don't file the return, if you don't pay the tax, to the best of their knowledge, they will assess. 147 in case of raid and all. They will do the assessment. They will ask you to file revised return for 2 years, 3 years, 6 years, 10 years, like that. After that, if the SSC feels no, A was not right, he will go to CIT appeals. ITET, can they go to CIT appeals? No, please. CIT appeals is working at the same level at commissioners. So if commissioners order passed, may you have a doubt. For example, if you remember charitable trust we have done. Charitable trust को registration कौन देता है? Commissioner. So then you can't go. Commissioner and commissioner appeals are like this. So you have a grievance against commissioner's order, directly go to the ITET. So many times did I teach you DRP? You all remember what is DRP? Dispute Resolution Panel. We take the help of the DRP and they will help us. Finally, the AO will pass the order with the help of DRP. Then this order, like already DRP is working at the commissionerate level. Again, you can't go for a commissioner appeals. DRP orders directly go to the ITET, Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. It's like a small family court. ITET may, if the SSC is aggrieved, they can go to High Court. High Court gives decision in favor of the SSC. Department can go to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court's decision is highest. I want all of you to write a punchline which like is called as the 3D makeup. And they say ITET is the last fact finding authority. Last, you will read this so many times in your language. Last fact finding authority. Statement of fact के लिए last कौन है? ITET. Then when will you go to High Court and Supreme Court? When there is question of law. When there is question of law. Now, ma'am, what is this language? I'll just elaborate it. See, question of fact is, in our case, this happened, so and so person said this is this. So, जो case के facts हैं, they are correct or not? Who is the highest authority to verify this? ITET. And logically, yes, dear students, because you cannot expect High Court and Supreme Court to check the background of the cases. Are you getting? So the statement of fact, what is our side of story, department side, ye, wo, confirmations, gathering all the facts of the cases, highest authorities ITET. After gathering the facts of the cases, if we have doubt on question of law, SSC saying, no, this is core related to my business and this is allowed. Similar cases there, SA. And department is saying, no, this is not allowed. So this kind of juggling with the sections of income tax where there is question of law, question of act, income tax act, then you can go to High Court and Supreme Court. Like I can tell you practically lot of debates were there for all the freebies which were given to doctors by medical representative companies. They said, no, it's our expense. We are giving to doctors all the resorts, picnics and this and that to give our samples only and all. I said, bahut chala. Finally, they said, no, it's not allowed. It's as if you're bribing them. And then you're asking them to do your work. So Indian Medical Practitioners Association said no, freebies should not be allowed as expenditure. So if for my business genuinely I have to bribe someone, can I say bribing हफ्ते दिए बिना तो मेरा काम ही नहीं चलता, इसको तो allow करो. तो ये जो है ना, and the way I'm fighting is no, please allow this in section 37. You'll remember what is section 37 business act, a general section. Is it related to business? Yes, मुझे हफ्ता तो देना पड़ता है. Is it personal? No. Is it capital? No. Is it wholly spent and exclusively for business? Yes. तो मैंने किसी को bribe दिया है तो I want it to be allowed. अरे it will not be allowed. Because whatever you do the expenditure, it has to be within the legal diameter of the act. I hope I have given you a good example for what is the question of law and question of fact. Sometimes, the department feels no, question of fact में जो ITET ने search किया है वो सब तो ठीक है. SSC is saying, I agree that ITET is the highest authority to find the facts and all, but they didn't do their work justified. ITET didn't do it properly. Otherwise, they would have got some more facts of the case and their last authority, I won't trust. तो SSC के पास हथियार क्या है? Writ petition. You should write this word and you should know. Writ petition. SSC can make a writ petition to the High Court that, sir, we know you will not go into the facts of the case. Can you please ask ITET to check more of the facts of the case, allow additional grounds, additional evidence and all, if they are very sure, they have justified. Okay. So this is all background building about chapter. I will talk a lot about the revision orders, rectifications, 154, 254 in detail in tomorrow's class. So today now let us begin with our topic. Appeals. Page number 164 I am. search and survey is also kind of procedure, but it's the same thing. If you do all the procedure together, no? So we do one numericals, one theory. And after this, sure, we will do international taxation first. Anyone writing in the new syllabus should be more happy because international taxation, 3 chapters are now not for 30, but instead of that, 40 marks. Yesterday, did you all check the link in the group? I've sent you the new the mock kind of the questions they have given for the paper pattern and all. Even if you're writing it in the old one, it's still going to be helpful for all of you. Huh? The quality of question is same, no? Syllabus is same. Only the weightage and the shuffling they have done. Chalo. Let us read it. Any doubt you have, just pause and ask me. Appeal. Appeal is the act of asking a higher authority to change the decision of the lower authority. It's like asking, requesting for some more relief. We don't accept the order of the AO. Can you please change it? Right to appeal under income tax law is the creation of statute and not inherent. Appeal can be filed only against order listed in Income Tax Act and not any order. Where order is passed against SSC and if he is not satisfied with order passed by income tax, he may appeal to higher authority. ठीक है? So SSC के पास क्या रास्ते हैं? SSC can ask if there is a mistake apparent on the record. मैंने बोला ना आपको. So they can go for rectification. SSC can go for appeals and SSC can also ask to revise the order 264. Department, can they go to commissioner appeals? No. Department can go for 147 if they feel income has escaped assessment. 148 ka notice bhejo and call for all the details. Ask them to file the revised return. If there is a mistake, ये rectification of mistake दोनों कर सकते हैं. If some order is passed erroneously, department can also rectify SSC. And 264 order, who will pass? I mean, say, ask for SSC. And department can ask for 263 order. Now, 263, 264, kal padenge. Chalo. Now, see. CIT appeals. Section 246A to 251. SSC can go for CIT appeals within 30 days from the date of service of notice of order or the tax payment. Ye 30 days I'll tell you, but within 30 days of getting the order and all, they can apply to the CIT appeals. Ma'am, if 30 days period is over and if the reason is genuine, yes, they will accept. But if the major time limit is over, then SSC doesn't have a way out. It has to go for the revision order directly. अगर कमिश्नर अपील्स का रास्ता ओपन है तो यू हैव दिस स्टोरी कमिश्नर अपील्स आईटेट हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट इफ नॉट डायरेक्टली द रिविजन ऑर्डर ठीक है राइट you have to make application in form number 35 and it has to be verified by whoever signatory means signatory or verification agar digital signature nahi hai to it has to be verified by partner proprietor MD whoever is going to sign the return. Time limit within 1 year from the end of the financial year in which file if the appeal is filed say on 26th August 2022. This year is going to get over in which year? March 23. So 31st March 2024 tak 1 year from the end of the financial year in which appeal was filed. This is to be done. Okay? Stay of demand. So can you ask, whenever you go for appeals, you need to pay the taxes first. जो tax है return में वो तो pay करो फिर झगड़ा carry करेंगे आगे. But then in some cases, can we get a stay order? Answer is yes. It is possible. Okay? Acha, tax can be enhanced or reduced. Where? CIT appeals. It can be enhanced also, reduced also. सब हो सकता है. चलो, go to ITET. ITET, all can go. SSC can also go. Commissioners can also go to the ITET. 60 days from the date of order of communication. Commissioner appeals ka order aane se 60 days mein whoever is the aggrieved party they can go to ITET. They need to apply in form number 36, again same signatories here. Time limit is there, 4 years from the end of the financial year in which appeal is filed. So it is time consuming process. ITET के पास आपके पास टाइम है, कर लो जितने देर में करना. And 4 years में there is one more term of 180 days. When I go detail there, I'll explain. Is it possible to get the stay of demand? Yes. In case of ITET, they can reduce the taxes, okay, and it's not written, but ITET में भी दोनों होगा. But anyhow, once you go to the appeal, can you withdraw any of the appeals? Answer is no. Next is section 250 to 255 हो गया. 260A and B go to High Court. Anyone, SSC, Principal Commissioner, Commissioners, Chief Commissioner, they all can go. 120 days from the date of communication of ITET's order, and rest all is as per the legal procedure possible. Supreme Court 261 and 262, any of the authorities can go. 90 days from the date of communication of High Court's order, and all the court procedure and legal procedures में जो होता है ना, वही follow होगा यहाँ पे. So what is the time limit for CIT appeals? 30 days, 60 days, 120 days, and 90 days. If you circle like this, you will remember. And write this one example. CIT appeals, how much is the time? 1 year. ITET, how much is the time? 4 years. Okay, right. See, this is the hierarchy. Actually, I have written it top to down, but this goes like this. Commissioner appeals against the order of the AO. Only SSC can apply. Then income tax against the order of the Commissioner appeals. High Court against the order of the ITET. Case must involve question of law. Then only go to High Court. And then Supreme Court. Here SSC and Commissioner both can go. But Commissioner appeals only SSC. If you remember that income tax authority table, I said AO के ऊपर Joint Commissioner, ACDC, they are all AO. AO के ऊपर it was like Commissioner, and on the right hand side I wrote Commissioner appeals, right? So that's why they say that in case of Commissioner appeals, who can go? Only SSC. Now, what are the cases in which you can go and file an first appeal with the Commissioner appeals? Who can go? I want all of you to write. ये सब R for reading है अब यहाँ से. But you can't leave it also. Procedure समझना पड़ेगा. But एक बार पढ़ लो. You cannot buttify this list. कि what are the orders against which we can go to Commissioner appeals? So we should know. Against any order of AO, SSC can go to Commissioner appeals. बोलो अच्छा है, क्लियर है? Against any order of AO, SSC can go to Commissioner appeals. AO के कोई भी order में अगर SSC को लग रहा है no, this is not right, he can go to Commissioner appeals, except, I want all of you to write here, except DRP and GAR, directly ITET. ये लॉजिक से हमको मालूम होना चाहिए. DRP and GAR, where you go directly to ITET. You know, when in case of DRP, is the DRP taking the decision? No. DRP को 9 months का time दिया जाता है, and he will guide the AO, and AO will only pass the order. But DRP is almost equivalent to the commissioner. So DRP's order, GAR's order, GAR we will do it in case of international taxation. But against these orders, you cannot go to the commissioner appeals. There you go directly to the ITIT. Okay? And just for your reading, I am referring these orders. What are the orders against which you can go and file appeal with commissioner, CIT appeals? Orders against SSC where he denies his liability to the SS tax. Wherever we felt, no, this is not right, what you have disallowed is allowed, itna tax to humko pay nahi karna hai. Okay, you can file an appeal. Yes? Right. Next. Order of JCIT. Refusing to approve the option for tonnage tax. So, order of the JCIT refusing to approve the option. Tonnage tax scheme, you remember? For ships and all, we can calculate the income based on the fixed rate. One class I will take. बहुत कम पूछते हैं, but it's there. Whenever I say tonnage tax, I say, dear, with lot of importance, you prepare and go for upcoming exam, equalization levy. अभी जो international policies चल रही हैं, equalization levy, definitely they can ask you good question. And in the end, definitely, when last time also I took MCQs and top 50 questions and all, that time I'll tell you weightage. Abhi to sab padna hai. So can, against the order of the JCIT, you can go to the CIT appeals? Yes. Then intimation, routine intimation, 143 wala, 200, and this is like TDS, TCS. If you want, you write TDS, TCS का जो भी order pass होता है. 143 scrutiny, best judgment assessment. 147 is income escaping assessment. 150 order, court order. 153A search and all the assessment is done now. Here the same except DRP. But search के केस में अब वापस से 147 में ही order pass हो रहा है, 92 CD order of assessment under transfer pricing. No, you should not follow cup method. You should follow TNM method. Then you can go and file appeal. 154 rectification of the mistake. You can go to the commissioner appeals few cases. Prejudicial to the interest of the SSC. Except 144BA, that is same DRP wala. 163 order of SSC as an agent. Just whatever you understand, read it with me. 170 order in case of succession of business. Order upon partition of HUF. Consequence of failure to deduct the TDS. Refund के case में doubt है. So all these cases, if you feel you are aggrieved, you have to go to commissioner appeals. Order for penalty under section 221 for failure to collect. Penalty when tax is in default. This is not there now. Block assessment order अब वहीं pass हो रहा है. Please cancel this. Not deleted, but now 158 BC में नहीं हो रहा है. In case of raid, your assessment is done in 147. And even if your assessment is going on in 147, still whatever order is passed, can we go for appeal against that? Answer is yes. ये देखो, इसको लिखना पड़ेगा. यहाँ लिख लो ना, जहाँ जगह है वहाँ. Even if 147 reassessment procedure, write down all of you. Even if 147 reassessment procedure have been initiated, 147 reassessment procedures have been initiated. So, it's going on. An appeal can still be filed against order of AO passed under 143.3. समझ में आ रहा है? स्क्रूटनी होके ऑर्डर पास हो गया है ना. Even if 147 has been initiated and 147 goes a long way, raid cases and all the cases are now covered. 147 के लिए 148 का notice and asking them to file the return. In the meanwhile, can they go to the commissioner appeals? Yes. For the scrutiny order, can they go to the commissioner appeals? Yes. Scrutiny order and your 143 regular order, all these are passed by AO and they are all appealable with the commissioner appeals. ठीक है? चलो. So we have until now what you need to remember in all this, just the hierarchy sections. Number of days can be asked in MCQs. I will tell you at least 10 MCQs you can make yourself here. The number of days MCQs में आते हैं. I know थोड़ा सा procedural chapter है, but you know my way of teaching. जैसे chapter change होगा, my way of teaching changes. I'll tell you what to just see now. You know, you have to file commissioner appeals within 30 days. Okay, so 30 days from the date of the payment of tax. Okay, you have to pay. See, if AO has passed the order and if you feel you are aggrieved and you want to go to commissioner appeals, still you have to pay the tax. So पहले tax pay करो and within 30 days of payment of tax you can file an appeal. Where appeal relates to assessment and penalty, then the date of service of notice of demand relating to the assessment or penalty. जिस दिन मुझे ऑर्डर आया कि इतना आपको पेनल्टी पे करना पड़ेगा, और relating to assessment 143, 141 you have to pay the tax. Okay, then the day I received the notice. In any other case, the date on which intimation of order sought to be appealed is served. See, order is served means they have served. Notice is received means we are receiving the notice. I hope you remember. So 30 days is enough, I think, time. Now this period excludes this. If you want to give a reading, read, otherwise scratch. This is there a part, but the more too much ज़्यादा detail में जाओगे तो you will not remember for the exam. So just exclude the day on which order was served and the time for obtaining the order where copy of order was not given. Demand तो आ गया पर order तो आए. Without the order you cannot. Commissioner का order ही नहीं है तो how can I go to the commissioner appeals? Or where application has been made for that 270 AA, you know, penalties and all the cases. The period beginning from date on which application is made to date on which application is rejected. See, when you have to, they have asked you to pay a penalty, you can go for appeals, but first you tried, sir, thoda penalty kam kar do na. So jitna apne, you took the time to reduce the penalty and all that period is excluded. After AO says no emotions here, penalty pay करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. अब हम commissioner appeals में जाएंगे. You know, first we try to plead, we try to request, and then we go for commissioner appeals. That is now चलो 1-to-1 fight ही कर लेते हैं. Commissioner appeals is like starting the fight. So whatever is the pleading time, that is excluded. Next. 30 days time, can it be extended? Yes, if there is a sufficient cause. This was the reason and there was a raid going on, so we could not comply with the order and we could not file the as. Can you consider it? Answer is yes. Okay, all the applications are made now online. This is all faceless assessment now. So form number 35 and all. Appeal once filed cannot be withdrawn. Star mark. Commissioner appeals, appeal filed with commissioner appeals can be withdrawn, cannot be withdrawn, can be withheld. Like this, you know, 4 options they can make and they can ask you the question. So make sure you do this. Now, documents to be submitted. These are like one-liner questions asked in exam. आज ऐसे ही पढ़ना है, बस सीधा एग्जाम ओरिएंटेड, क्योंकि ये सब थ्योरी है. स्लम सेल है, लिक्विडेशन है, तो वी हैव डन सच क्वालिटी गुड क्वेश्चंस. हाँ, memorandum of appeal. You know, memorandum of appeal is like a docket. When you go to exam center, you carry your I-card, your stationery, your water bottle, and whatever it is, है ना, other details. तो वैसे ही when you are filing your appeals, your docket should have what? Order against which appeal is made. Order तो चाहिए ना, against which you are applying to commissioner appeals. Statement of fact. सर this ये हमारे केस का पूरा बैकग्राउंड, ये हमारी रेंटल अग्रीमेंट, ये है दिस, ये है हमारी पासबुक जिसमें है कि ओनर ने ये नहीं दिया था, वट एवर इज द बैकग्राउंड ऑफ द केस. So statement of facts you need to give. Statement of fact is like, you can write here what happened, background of the case. Ground of appeal is similar law. Refer cases. Ground of appeal. So we are making an appeal on the ground that in similar case of PepsiCo and company, you have given a judgment is given by the ITET and all ऐसे करके. So ground of appeal में you can justify your fact. Our facts are this. Ground of appeal is justify your fact. Notice of demand. ये notice आई है. And challan is payment of tax. Again, I want to repeat, whenever you go to higher authorities, so AO has given an order of 5 lakh rupees and you want to go to commissioner appeals, you have to pay that amount, whatever is there in. हाँ, उसमें stay order मिल सकता है, relief मिल सकता है, वो कैसे, we will check. Okay, right? Once again, what is there in the memorandum of appeals? Order, then statement of facts and ground of appeal, they go hand in hand. Then notice of the demand, how much money they have demanded in the order, and make sure you show the challan through which you have already given the payment of the tax. Form and grounds of appeal must be verified by the person authorized to verify the return of income. ये सब फॉर्म इज वेरीफाइड, मतलब साइन करना पड़ेगा, जो भी आप रिटर्न के टाइम में कौन साइन करते हैं, ऑल. पेमेंट ऑफ टैक्स बिफोर फाइलिंग ऑफ द अपील. Payment of tax before filing of appeal, right? A return has been filed. So you have to pay the tax. Now, if the return has been filed, how much tax you have to pay? Tax as per the return should be paid when you are going for appeals. Suppose if you have not filed the return, आपको स्क्रूटनी हो गया, डिमांड आ गया, लेकिन आपने रिटर्न फाइल ही नहीं किया, so then how much tax now you need to pay? SSC should pay amount equal to advance tax which was payable. However, CIT may for any good and sufficient accept the appeal without the payment of the advance tax. So relief का बिल्कुल chance है. Power of the AO. As per 226, where SSC has presented an appeal under 246A, SSC may treat the SSC as not being in default in respect of amount in dispute. Okay. In the appeal, it may be applied at the discretion of the AO. Means, you know, AO, if he wants, he can say, ठीक है, नहीं pay किया तो no problem. At the discretion of the AO, subject to conditions as AO may think fit, even though the time for payment has expired, as long as appeal remains undisputed. तो AO के पास power है, where SSC has presented an appeal under 246A to Commissioner Appeals. AO may treat the SSC as not being in default in respect of amount in dispute in the appeal. तो AO can say कि ठीक है, चलो आप अपील में गए हैं, तो this is okay. Till then he will wait and might allow without the payment of tax. Now, this is a common thing. Whatever is there in your return, you pay the tax. Or if return is not filed, at least advance tax you pay. And if the AO feels, he can undo the delay. Okay. Stay order they can ask for in all the cases. Now procedure to be followed. Simple. CIT appeal shall fix up a day and place for the appeal. Now this is all faceless, तो ये सब online हो रहा है. Notice of hearing shall be given to the faceless. We will do all the kind of the assessment एक साथ. Appeals, revisions, all पूरा एक साथ करेंगे बाद में. Notice of hearing shall be given to the appellant and the AO whose order is appealed against. दोनों को he will inform. He will inform to the appellant, that is the SSC also, and he will inform to the AO also, against whose order he has applied. They should all attend. They shall have the right of being. Can the appellant SSC send his legal representative, CA, or authorized advocate? Yes. CIT appeal shall have the power to adjourn the hearing of appeal from time to time. Now, before disposing of appeal, the CIT may make such inquiry as he may think fit. He may also direct the AO to make such inquiry. So, before filing, coming to a conclusion, can the CIT appeals ask for more information? Yes. He may add other grounds of the appeal which have not been discussed. Yes, if he feels so. Order, then he will pass in writing and he will communicate the order to the appellant. That appellant kaun hai? SSC and the commissioner. Clear to all of you? Simple procedure. He will call, he will check all the facts. Can the SSC skip attending and can he send his representative? Yes. O will also be there. Can they add more grounds? Can they ask the SSC to search more? But one thing in all this, commissioner appeals cannot ask SSC कि नहीं अब तुम फिर से order pass करो. No. Order revision is not allowed. That much power is not given to commissioner appeals. But can they add more grounds in the appeal which were not there? Yes. इसमें तो और भी question आता है. Mark this third point theory question as very important. 4 marks के लिए ये already आ चुका है, 2 बार आ चुका है. Yeah. Additional grounds, grounds of the appeal. CIT appeals may at the time of hearing allow the appellant to go into any ground of appeal not specified if such omission was not willful or unreasonable. Tribunal also has the power to allow additional grounds. Grounds of appeal means those issues which shows the matter of dispute between the SSC and department. तो additional grounds of fact or matter और कुछ add कर सकते हैं? Yes. The CIT appeals can consider and decide matters which are relevant and have a bearing on issue in appeal, notwithstanding that such matter was not raised before him by the appellant. Some areas we are having a dispute on M and P, but there is an area called Z. वो किसी को याद नहीं आया, SSC को भी नहीं याद आया. Can the department consider that area Z if they feel no, this is very important for deciding? So can it be added by the commissioner appeals? Yes. Definitely you can add on grounds, you can add on the matters. Additional evidence. Appellate authority may allow production of additional evidence by the SSC. Okay. Based on what? However, Rule 46 says stipulates following grounds on which additional evidence can be entertained. Can they allow? Yes. Where AO has refused to admit evidence which ought to have been. हम तो पहले ही देना चाहते थे, AO ने ही refuse कर लिया, अब ले लो. Where appellant was prevented by sufficient cause from producing evidence which he was called upon to produce by AO. AO ने तो मांगा था, appellant ने नहीं दिया. Who is appellant? SSC. AO didn't allow us. SSC is saying, or I didn't give even though AO asked. Now consider it. Where appellant was prevented from sufficient cause producing any evidence which is relevant to the ground of the appeal. Okay. So more he felt he didn't give, but it is now relevant, so he wants to give. Are you getting? It is more relevant, so he wants to give. Where the AO has made thoda sa law ke jaisa language hai, and definitely after doing this, I will pause and re-explain also. I know it is little like law, but do it in an easy way and simpler way also. You can write and get 4 marks, 4 points nicely. Let us read it again. Where the assessing officer has made an order without affording sufficient opportunity to appellant to adduce evidence related to the ground. एओ ने ऑर्डर ही पास कर दिया और देने ही नहीं दिया. So first case where you can give additional evidence now can be given by the SSC or appellant while going to the commissioner appeals. What are those cases? Where assessing officer has refused to admit the evidence. Assessing officer ने नहीं लिया. Commissioner सीधा, can they consider? AO तो didn't take, sir. We तो tried to give to AO. He didn't consider. Will you consider this matter also? Yes. Where appellant was prevented from sufficient cause, I could not give because of some reason, though AO also asked me that time. Give. Where appellant was prevented by sufficient cause of any evidence which is relevant to the ground of appeal. I could not give and even AO did not ask. Here I could not give but AO had called upon. Here I did not give, AO did not ask. So where the assessing officer has made an order without affording sufficient opportunity to, means he didn't allow me only. So give in all the ways. No additional evidence can be admitted by CIT appeals without recording his reason in writing. Okay. And the right of the AO. No account can also be taken of evidence so produced unless AO is given reasonable. See, when SSC is trying to give additional evidence directly to the commissioner, should he inform to the AO? Yes. If AO is trying to say, okay, put additional evidence, should they inform? Yes. So to examine the evidence or document or to cross-examine the witness produced by SSC or to produce any evidence or document, okay, right. So they can do all this. I think now it's simple. Time limit for disposal of the appeal is 1 year. Within 1 year from the end of the financial year. This I gave you example in the very first table that this should be completed. Appeal once filed cannot be withdrawn. That's all for the CIT appeals. Huh? Power of the CIT appeals. You were not satisfied with the AO's order, you went to CIT appeals. Now what are the powers of the CIT appeal? Can he confirm? नहीं जो AO ने किया वही ठीक है. Can he reduce the tax? Yes. Can he enhance? Can he nullify it? Yes. If the appeal is against an order of assessment, confirm, reduce, enhance, whatever. In case of settlement commission, confirm, cancels. If the appeal is against an order imposing penalty, you can confirm or cancel and pass such order as you. So Commissioner Appeals has got all the power, and for this he has got the power of the AO also. If you remember, these are the powers of the AO. They can call for information, they can check the registers of the companies. So whatever are the powers of the AO, no, they are all there. Ye sab are for reading. Ye bilkul sab, they can enhance. Ye malum hona chahiye. That's all for the Commissioner Appeals. Clear to all of you until now? Yes? Check. Then if you have any doubt, ask any terms you felt I went fast. Of course, I'm teaching in a different way today. I said R for reading, matlab, you should know. Now, these are the powers of the Commissioner Appeals that we already do. What are the powers of the AO, Income Tax Authority chapter? We have already done all this. So we need not do much in detail. Fir se ek baar. I really want to go back and talk. I started my class like this today. This note is important. This is a mind frame. Those who have joined late and not written, take at least a screenshot and then you can write it later. Different hierarchy of appeals. First is Commissioner Appeals, then the ITED, then the High Court, then the Supreme Court. Can you jump? No. Yes, there are some 1 or 2 orders where instead of going to Commissioner Appeals, we can directly go to the ITED. That I'll tell you, but otherwise no. Then there are other options also. For example, you can revise the order. So 263 department can ask for revision of orders. 264 SSC can ask कि नहीं नहीं हमारा tax कम करो. You know, generally the SSC goes for 264 if time for commissioner appeals is over. What's the time for commissioner appeals, dear students? 30 days. Within 30 days of AO's order, you have to go to commissioner appeals. अगर वो time खत्म हो गया है, then the SSC can go as an appellant for 264. Huh? And rectification of whatever order is passed. Can we change the order? Yes. Who can do how? वो सब detail हम देखेंगे 154. Now, you know, overall also you should remember the flow. Now come back to this topic. You should know very nicely to answer the case law and MCQs. These are the two kind of the questions. In this table, I have given all the gist. It should be signed and can you get a stay order and all? Yes, right. This is the hierarchy. Very clearly, you all should know commissioner appeals. Who can go and file an appeal with the commissioner appeals? The AO, the SSC, the appellant, or the SSC and appellant both. As you know, they can make questions. Whereas ITED, High Court, Supreme Court, all of them can go. But High Court and Supreme Court only for the... Acha, everyone is clear now. I gave examples for question of law and question of fact. Question of fact में अगर फिर भी आपको doubt है तो you can go for a writ petition. These are all the orders. Time limit. Time limit. So within 30 days from the payment of tax in case of 248 or in other all the cases, तो the date of the service of the notice. जब भी आपको notice मिल रहा है, within 30 days when the notice is served, you have to apply for commissioner appeals. ठीक है? Right. Delay in the notice is accepted. Yes, you have to make application in form number 35. What the document should have? These are objective questions asked in exam. 5 things. When you are making appeal to commissioner appeals, 5 things you have to pre-cook and keep ready. You should have the order in hand. AO का order चाहिए, उसका notice of demand. ये ना ये तीनों link में है. AO ने order दिया ना, and demand भी किया कितने पैसे भरो, and that demand whatever, even if you get stay order you have to pay some amount whatever, so whatever you have paid, and then statement of fact. Statement of fact is justification of story from my side. You know what happened, this happened, AO ने ऐसा किया, इसने from my side. And ground of appeal is please check this similar case, you have given this judgment and I'm trying to say कि something wrong has been done with me. So these are all the memorandum of appeal. You need to pay the tax, whatever is there as per the return. If return is not filed, then at least equal to advance tax, what you are liable to pay. And can the stay order be granted by AO? Stay order is like, they will say, okay, we will pass the order and you need not pay the tax. Okay. Procedure, yes. Will they allow additional evidence? Yes. But whoever gives additional evidence, see, commissioner can ask the SSC to give the additional evidence, then inform the AO. AO से अगर कुछ extra ले रहे हो तो let the SSC be known. You know, it's like a triangle and things should be clear. That's all for this. And yeah, one thing we should know this, I want all of you, appeal once filed cannot be withdrawn. I thought of going for commissioner appeals, but sorry, अब मेरा mood नहीं है, ऐसे नहीं होता है. Once you have gone, it's done. And within 1 year, they will dispose of the appeal. Commissioner appeals have got power to confirm. No, what AO passed the order is correct. Reduce. No, tax liability will reduce. Enhance. See, we were aggrieved with the AO, we went to commissioner appeals. Can he enhance the tax? Yes. Or annual the assessment. नहीं है, assessment ही गलत है. He can. Okay? Right. Commissioner appeals may consider and decide any matter arising out of proceeding in which order appeal was passed, notwithstanding that such matter was not raised, you know, additional material. Commissioner appeal does not have any power to set aside the assessment for fresh assessment by AO. Mark it very important. कमिश्नर अपील को ये पावर नहीं है कि नहीं इन्होंने ऑर्डर ही गलत पास किया, फिर से जाओ ऑर्डर पास करो. नो, commissioner appeal shall not enhance an assessment of penalty or reduce the amount of refund unless appellant has given a reasonable opportunity. वो तो ठीक है. An order which is void ab initio cannot become a valid order simply by virtue of fact that it was confirmed by an appellant authority. You know, sometimes the orders, assessment orders are void ab initio if there's a technical error, कुछ गलत था. You remember 292B and 292BB we have done. Some assessment orders are void ab initio, so they cannot be made valid here. Okay, right? There would be a lot of repetition in today's class for the important things because this is like a procedure. So you should know, and then the way we are going to answer these questions, I don't know if you have checked at the end of this chapter. All. Today we are doing this, tomorrow we will do revisions, rectifications, settlement commission is there. One more kind of the grievance cell is like advance ruling. पहले से लेके रख लो. सर हम ये करने वाले हैं, ट्रांजैक्शन क्या क्या टैक्स आएगा बोल दो, स्पेशली इन केस ऑफ ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग. सो इन ऑल दीज केसेस देन यू कैन, दे विल बी आस्किंग लाइक कंबाइंड क्वेश्चंस जब होगा ना, तो यू विल बी एबल टू आंसर. चलो, नाउ when do we go to the ITET? This you should know like orally also. See, ITET, what is the full form? Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. Tribunal, it's like, you know, a group of higher authorities. The group of higher authorities who will take the decision. Commissioner appeals, it could be single person. But when you are not satisfied with the order of the commissioner appeals, you can go to ITET. If the department is not satisfied, then directly they can go to the ITET. So ITET may both can go SSE or the department, whoever is aggrieved. Now, when you go to ITET, you need to make an application within 60 days of the lower order passed against which you want to go to ITET. When you go to ITET, there also the time limit is very long. That is generally once you apply to ITET, whatever is the end of that financial year, within 4 years, ITET can pass the order. Aram se, taking additional grounds, additional material, what we saw now see. Here, one very important case law is there, which again they can ask, that is stay order of 180 days. ITET is saying, okay, generally you have to pay the full tax and then you can go for appeal. पूरा टैक्स पे करो, फिर कमिश्नर अपील के पास जाओ. कमिश्नर अपील सेज नो 10 लाख रुपए और भरना पड़ेगा. Now SSC has to pay the tax and then they can go to the ITET. If they want, they can pay 20% of the total tax. I'll read out everything, but this I'm saying orally. 20% of the total tax जो lower authority का है, जहां से आप ITET में जा रहे हो, pay that, and in this case the department will, you know, work like a, ITET will work like a tatkal, and within 180 days they will pass the order. Okay, if there is a stay order and you're just paying 20% of stay order, maybe zero tax nahi chalega, 20% of the total tax, interest आपका 234F fees जो भी है, finally penalty, fees, tax, interest सब मिला के whatever is payable of that 20% you stay pay, remaining 80% you get a stay order, and the ITET will do tatkal service. Like tatkal word is not used, I am saying they'll do it at a faster pace, and within 180 days your order is passed with the ITET. Otherwise, what's the normal period of passing the order? 4 years. Clear? Right? So this is how it works. And yeah, ITET may, there are peoples who will decide the judgment. One second. Yeah. So there are two peoples, basically this judgment is done by benches. You know, Delhi mein, Mumbai mein, benches hoti hai ITET ki. Benches means group of the commissioner level people who will come together and take decision in the given case. One of the member will be from the judicial department, that is advocate side, qualification and all is given. And one of them will be from the accountant side. They will come together and decide. Benches can be 3 members, 5 members, 7 members, depending upon the depth of the case. So these ITET will have these benches and they will take the decision. Now here, sometimes the benches may conflict ho ja raha hai. If say it's a 3-member bench, then they all of them like कुछ हाँ बोल रहे, कुछ ना बोल रहे, कुछ neutral है. So there's a dispute. Then decision will always be taken by the majority. Out of 3 members, 1 member is saying no, this tax should not be charged and SS is correct. Others 2 are saying yes. Then they will go by the majority decision yes, and decision will be taken. If the dispute is equal, like yes and no, agar dono same aa rahe hain members of bench mein, then additional different members will be added, and then members added and original put together. What is the majority? Based on that, the decision will be taken. Is this clear? Many times in exam, I'll make you write later here. They're asking one MCQ, and that MCQ is regarding that if it is the income is 50 lakhs tak kuch limit hai, then even one member judge can take the decision if that is not high. And later on, I'll tell you some hierarchy. Who can apply for the ITET? SSC and department, High Court, both Supreme Court. But the department is saying, department side, there should be some level, kuch limit. Itna limit of tax exceed ho raha hai, to department will go for appeal. SSC can go for appeal if all the conditions are satisfied. Are you getting what I'm saying? But the department will go to appeal ITET, High Court and Supreme Court only if the tax liability exceeds this. Otherwise, if it is lower than or equal to this, they will not go for. So all these limits, everything I will tell you. I hope you got little background. Sure? Chalo, padhte hain. Appeal to ITET. Appeal to Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, that is ITET 252 to 255. Appeal against an order of Commissioner Appeals lies with Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. Both the taxpayer and SSC can file appeal with the ITET. Several benches of Appellate Tribunal constituted all over India, mostly like Delhi, Mumbai, all by central government, and it functions under the Ministry of Law. It consists of judicial and accountant members as the central government may think fit, and they will discharge. What is the qualification of the judicial member? He has held a post of district judge or judge for at least 10 years. He has served as a member of Indian Legal Service in grade 2 post for at least 2 years, or he is an advocate with 25 years of practice. Or ये तो हो गया judicial member. District judge or judge for 10 years, or he's in Indian Legal Services grade 2 post for at least 2 years and 25 years he's been an advocate, or chartered accountant for at least 25 years, or has been member of Indian Income Tax Service Group A and has held the post of principal commissioners and equivalent or higher post for at least 2 years. So he's already been pastly a PCIT and he knows how this all works, and he has performed judicial and quasi judicial and all function for at least 3 years. Okay. Minimum 2 years ke liye he has been in PCIT or in the group A and all. He has cleared the exam and he's held position at least for 3 years. He can be accountant member. Now, the central government shall appoint a person who is sitting or retired judge of High Court who has completed not less than 7 years, or vice president of tribunal to be the president of ITET. Who can be the president of ITET? Vice president. Who can be the vice president? All these people. So, this is like a hierarchy. I think if you know it enough, a person who is the sitting judge or a retired High Court judge who has completed 7 years Okay. And one of the vice president of appellate tribunal can be the president. Central government may appoint one or more members of the appellate tribunal. पहले तो आप ट्रिब्यूनल में कैसे आ रहे हो? एज ए जुडिशियल मेंबर और एज एन अकाउंटेंट मेंबर. यहां से यू विल बी प्रमोटेड टू बिकम अ वीपी, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट. वाइस प्रेसिडेंट कैन बिकम अ प्रेसिडेंट, और डायरेक्टली हाई कोर्ट का रिटायर्ड जज विद 7 years of service as a judge can become the president of the ITED. Vice president shall exercise such powers and functions as president may say. Procedure. Powers and functions of tribunal may be exercised and discharged by benches. Bench shall consist of one judicial member, one accountant. However, in some cases, single bench can also constitute, as I said. President or other person in this behalf dispose of any case which has been allotted by bench of which is a member and pertains to SSU's total income as computed by AO does not exceed 50 lakhs. MCQ. President or any other member, single member, authorized in this behalf by central government may sitting singly dispose of any. Sitting singly, या तो president खुद या कोई भी single member चलेगा, will dispose of the case which pertains to SSU whose total income as computed by AO in the case does not exceed 50 lakhs. Not the tax, dear students, income. अगर एग्रीव पार्टी की इनकम 50 लाख से ज्यादा नहीं है तो सिंगल मेंबर और प्रेसिडेंट हिमसेल्फ कैन डिस्पोज ऑफ. President may for disposal constitute a special bench consisting of 3, 4 more. One of them should be judicial and accountant. If member of bench differ in the opinion, then take simple majority. But if they are equal divided, then case will be referred by the president for hearing on such appointment by one or more of other members of the tribunal, and such point shall be decided according to opinion of majority who have heard the case, including those who heard it first. So like for example, I want all of you to write this. Original bench में original bench था जिसमें 3 people said yes and 3 people said no. अब additional members add कर दिए 4. ओके, 3 ने हाँ बोला, 1 ने ना बोला. तो you know, you will not go by this majority, you will go by total majority. What is total majority? Additional members, including the old members, total how much said yes? This much tax should be charged, 6. How much said no? This is over 4. Finally, your answer is yes. I want you to write it. Because they said decision will be taken majority of the members who have heard the case, including those who first heard it. Can you please write this as example so that if they ask, you should know the language. Generally what we say, अरे ये दो लड़ रहे, तीसरे को बुलाओ. तीसरे जो बोलेंगे वो मान लेंगे. No, but this time added members along with the original, they will decide. I hope the language I have clarified is clear. Yes, they will also take additional grounds. Even the ITED before deciding can consider additional grounds, additional matters, all. Yes. Finish writing, फिर से. ITED is like benches, Delhi, Mumbai में. Judicial members hona, accountant member hona, and to become a member, you have to qualify. Once you are a part of the member, you can go to vice president post and then to president. Decision will be taken by majority. Only if the total income of SSC does not exceed 50 lakhs, they might take the decision singly. Okay. right? And president will go with the majority. If there is equal, then definitely they can consider the case as I said. चलो साथ में करते हैं. All right. Appealable orders and the procedure. What are the orders against which you can go to ITET? So all the orders passed by Commissioner Appeals. Commissioner Appeal के पास गए. If you are not satisfied with the order, you can go to appeals like rectification and penalties के case में and all. Or order passed by Principal Commissioner, Commissioner, registration of trust. You know, please remember trust से related 80G का certificate ये directly there are few matters which are dealt by Commissioner. So Commissioner and Commissioner appeals like this. Then you can't go to Commissioner appeals. Directly you go to ITET. Huh? Like your registration is granted by Commissioner or 80G का certificate Commissioner दे रहा है, उसमें आपको कुछ doubt है तो directly go to Commissioner appeals. An order passed by AO under 143(3) scrutiny, 147 reassessment, 153A, B and C. An order passed by AO tonnage tax, order passed by prescribed authority 1023C, schools, hospitals, universities, इनको ना काफी सारी परमिशन मिलती है कमिश्नर से. तो अगर उसमें कुछ डिस्प्यूट है तो डायरेक्टली यू कैन गो टू द ITET. Order passed by Principal Chief Commissioner, Principal Director General. Directly you can go to ITET. Appeal by Commissioner appeals. The Principal Commissioner may direct the AO to appeal against the order passed by Commissioner appeals. The board has directed that appeal shall be filed by department only if the tax effect exceeds 50 lakhs. I know थोड़े से आंकड़े की तरह है, आपको याद करना पड़ेगा. 50 lakhs तक अगर इनकम है, single member can deal. 50 lakhs, if the tax effect exceeds 50 lakhs, then only the department will go to ITET. SSC can go in these cases. SSC अगर कहीं भी aggrieved है तो they will go. Commissioner appeals का order, Commissioner. You know, ITET is higher than those top authorities which I have taught in diagram. Take a pause, no, 2 minutes, and we should go and check that diagram. 1 minute. उससे आपको just a bird's eye view if I give, no, you will be like clear. I'm just checking कि assessment procedure में हमने कहाँ पे किए थे. Some of you have not written the exam. Huh? Very nice paper I have set for math, and I'm been telling you, dear students, 15 marks questions are being asked on math and company assessment. So make sure you prepare quality good paper I have given with choice, with MCQs, with theory, with practical. Almost a day goes for me for setting the paper, getting it typed, and again, you know, setting it with covering up everything and marks and pattern and all. तो उसको सब लोग ज्यादा से ज्यादा लिखो आप लोग एग्जाम. Yeah. 1 minute, I'm searching for something which I want to show. 111 page, I think. If you open your material, 111 page, I want you to have a bird's eye view on some flowcharts which I have given you. Yeah, we are on which page number? 170. I'll continue, dear students. Can you all please go to page number 111? Yeah, sure. You know, scrutiny and all that assessment procedure. ये देखो, याद है सबको ये table? हाँ? Lower level of authorities are income tax and all these are AO. Now AO के parallel ही है Commissioner appeals. Who are assessing officers? AC, JC, DC, Assistant Commissioner, Deputy Commissioner, Additional Commissioner, Joint. These are all AOs. तो AO के ऑर्डर में अपील्स जा रहे हैं, और ये जो टॉप अथॉरिटी है इनके अपील्स में हम कहाँ जाएंगे? ITET. If you are aggrieved with the order passed by principal commissioner or commissioner of income tax or principal chief commissioner or chief commissioner, go to ITET. ITET में कुछ डाउट है हाई कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट में कुछ डाउट है सुप्रीम कोर्ट, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में डाउट है तो घर जाओ, highest authority in India to make the law. So is this clear to all of you? Just showing you, see, these are the kind of the assessments we have done. Notive, scrutiny assessment and best judgment and all. Right. Come back to where we were, so that you should know when you are going to the ITET. So against all the orders of those top authorities, 4 top authorities, principal commissioner, principal chief commissioner, commissioner of income tax, chief commissioner, can I go to the orders of these against this? Can I go to the ITET? Answer is yes, you can go to the ITET. ठीक है, चले साथ में. No. Procedure followed by the ITET. ये याद रहेगा सबको. डिपार्टमेंट विल से हमारा एक स्टैंडर्ड है, टैक्स अगर 50 लाख से एक्सीड हो रहा है तो ही वी विल गो टू द ITET. SSC can go in all these cases without any tax and income limit. Appeal once files cannot be withdrawn. Appeal has to be filed in form number 36. Form number 35 is for commissioner appeals. Fees. Commissioner appeals में if the income is less than 1 lakh तो 250 है, यहाँ 500 है. 1 lakh to 2 lakh if your income is, then 500 and 1500. Above 2 lakh if your income is, which is computed by AO. Here it is 1000, here it is 1% of the assessed income, maximum 10,000. Stay petition. Stay petition, I told you ITET के पास है तो you'll have to pay 500 fees. यहाँ पे कोई fees नहीं है. In any other case, here the fees is 250, here the fees is 500. And if the department is filing the appeal, ये 50 lakh वाला, or the filing of the cross objection, I'll tell you what is cross objection. No fees. Mark this, very important. I've never taught you any topic like एक line में मैं लिख रही हूँ MCQ, यहाँ लिखा. Because this is the minuteness which will help you to score 6 marks, and your score will go up because you have minimum at least 20 marks MCQs, objective questions. You know how it is, like if we want to apply to ITET, we have to pay fees. If department wants to apply, department will not pay fees. घर की बात है ना उनकी. I know I'm saying a joke in Hindi, but this is the way you have to remember. Chalo. Notice of appeal should be sent to the respondent. Now, who is a respondent? I want all of you to write here. Other party. Say here, SSC is the aggrieved. SSC is the aggrieved party जो ITET के पास जाते हैं. तो डिपार्टमेंट क्या हो गया? रिस्पोंडेंट. ये ऐसे छोटा डायग्राम बना लो. SSC is the aggrieved party. They are saying, sir, we don't accept the order of the commissioner appeals. We want to go to the ITET. So who is the other party? Department. उनको क्या बोलेंगे? Respondent. So when I am filing the department appeal with the ITET, do I need to inform to the respondent? Yes. Memorandum of cross objections. Okay, मोका बोलते हैं इसको. The respondent shall furnish a memorandum of cross objection within 30 days of the receipt of notice, and no fees is required to be paid. No fees. Double underline, triple underline, जो करना है करो. Memorandum of cross objection. अच्छा है, clear है. See, when I am filing an appeal against commissioner order, will the department file cross objection? No, sir. This is the case. This is the fact. उनको भी तो उनके side सुनाना है ना? That's all called as cross objection within 30 days. How many days you can file the appeal? 60 days of the order passed by commissioner appeals. I can file 30, 60, 120, 90. 30, 60, 120, 90. Say this with me. 30 days for appeal with Commissioner Appeals, 60 days for ITET, 120 days for High Court, 90 days for Supreme Court. So 30 days of the receipt of notice, the cross objection can be filed. And if there's a delay, they will consider it. Notice of hearing shall be sent to the appellant and the respondent. Both the parties notice. And then the tribunal will pass order. Cost of the appeal to ITET shall be at the discretion of ITET. Now here I have given it in bold. Tribunal is the last fact-finding authority. Order of tribunal is final. जो facts of the case है, ये ना ऐसा हुआ था, पता है, फिर ये हुआ, इतना ये turnover था and all. Yeah, if it is a question of law, is this allowed under law? They said no, it's not allowed. Then they can go to High Court. Tribunal is the last fact-finding authority. The order of tribunal is final, except where the reference appeal is made to High Court or Supreme Court only in question of law. But yeah, यहाँ पे I want you to write correct है कि tribunal is the last fact-finding authority. Okay, but aggrieved party can file a writ petition. Write down all of you. Aggrieved party can file a writ petition. Writ petition with aggrieved party can file a writ petition with High Court. No, please, we know that ITET is the last fact-finding authority, but please आप उनको बोलो facts बरोबर check करने. They didn't check the fact properly and all. Can the aggrieved party file a writ petition? Yes. High Court will not do. Now this part is important for exam. यहाँ पे कुछ changes भी हो रहे हैं, कुछ addition भी. 20% of total tax includes tax plus interest plus fee plus penalty. ये लिखो जैसे मैं लिख रही हूँ. And then I'll explain you the 8th point. Of course, tomorrow I'll give you more notes for this. This is the way it is to be. आज सिर्फ, your ears are open and you are listening. By tomorrow you have to digest, chew करके खा जाना है जो exam के लिए important है. ये topic को ऐसे ही पढ़ना है. चलो. Time limit for the order. How much time the commissioner appeals order can be passed? Within 1 year from the end of the financial year in which appeal is made. Here, within 4 years from the end of the financial year in which appeal is made. And this discretionary मतलब time कम ज़्यादा हो सकता है. But when stay is granted by tribunal for recovery of the tax, tribunal ने stay दिया है, but stay it is necessary to deposit 20% of total tax. Tribunal is saying, okay, we give you a stay order. Don't pay complete tax in advance. Whatever commissioner of appeals has asked you, at least 20% of the total tax, interest, fees, and penalty, you give it in advance in the stay order. And within 180 days from the date of passing the stay order or period subsequently allowed, aggregate together with initial cannot exceed 365 days, as the stay order shall stand vacated even if the delay is disposing appeal is not attributable to the SS. तो ये क्या है आपका कि अगर आपको स्टे ऑर्डर लिया है आपने, तो योर अपील विल बी डिस्पोज्ड ऑफ. Time limit for passing an order is within 180 days. Generally, ITET will pass the order within 4 years. But if the SSC has taken stay order, he will do it within 180 days, maximum to maximum 365 days. Okay. Now here, refer PepsiCo case. 365 days can be extended. 365 days can be extended if it is not SSC's mistake. अगर एसएससी की मिस्टेक नहीं है तो ऑर्डर देने में 365 डेज में ही करना, नहीं तो स्टे ऑर्डर वेकेट हो जाएगा, वो सब नहीं लगेगा। ठीक है, time limit is clear. Normally, ITET will pass the order within 4 years from the end of financial year in which appeal is made, but they will do it within 180 days if the stay order is obtained by the SSC. ठीक है, right. 254, though I will teach with 154 also, but whatever order is passed by the ITET, if they feel there is something wrong, can they rectify it? Yes. This I'm just touching up because parallelly I want to take it tomorrow. In running notes also I have left it, but abhi ek bar abhi bhi pad lo. Tribunal may rectify, excuse me, its own order at any time within 6 months from the end of the month in which order was passed, with a view to rectify any mistake apparent from the record, either CO moto, or if the mistake is brought to notice by SSC or the assessing officer. The application filed by the SSC should be accompanied by, समझ में आ रहा है आपको? Tribunal may rectify the order at any time within 6 months from the end of the month in which order is passed. If there is a mistake apparent from the record, दिख के आ रहा है कि अरे एकदम silly mistake हो गई है, either CO moto, tribunal could, or mistake is brought to notice by SSC or assessing officer. Triangle चल रहा है ना? My fight is with the AO. So AO will say, or the SSC will say, or the CO moto, they can rectify. Application filed by SSC should be accompanied by fee. However, order prejudicial to interest of SSC shall not be made without giving him reasonable opportunity of being heard. ठीक है ना? Right. So even if you want to rectify a mistake, the ITET should give opportunity of being heard to the SSC. This can also be asked as MCQ. हर जगह सुनवाई के लिए मिल रहा है, but rectification of mistake, they may not. So yes, they have to give. Power of ITET to accept additional evidence, power to make necessary inquiry, power to condone the delay, power to rectify the mistake. These are all the powers of the ITET. Can they allow additional evidence? Yes. Can they do more of inquiry? Yes. Can they condone the delay? Form file करने में, stay order में, कहीं भी अगर delay है तो can they condone? Yes. Power to rectify the mistake. This will all become faceless, so I'm not reading. ये हम अलग से करेंगे. Now, very two small topics we will complete. Appeal to High Court, 260A and B. SSC or the Commissioner. Now, those top authorities, okay, being aggrieved by the order of the ITET. ITET के पास कौन जा रहा था? टॉप अथॉरिटीज और एसएससी. याद है आपको? कमिश्नर अपील्स के पास तो लोअर लेवल, बट आईटेट के पास तो इवन द कमिश्नर, चीफ कमिश्नर, प्रिंसिपल, वो लोग भी आईटेट के पास गए थे. तो इफ they are agreed with the order of the ITET, can they apply to High Court? Yes. Or can SSC apply? Yeah. Only order passed by ITET which involves question of law can go to High Court. And board said that department will go only if the tax exceeds 1 crore. High Court के पास तुम तभी जाओगे डिपार्टमेंट जब तुम्हारा टैक्स एक्सीड कर रहा है 1 crore. An order of tribunal if the High Court is satisfied that the case involves substantial question of law. Substantial means real. The question of law need not necessarily be substantial question of law, you know. And ये सब आपको ऐसे ही explanation दिया कि what is substantial question of law. They will not ask this. In fact, I feel एक बार read करके छोड़ दो. Time limit now. 120 days from the date on which order of the tribunal is received by SSC, they can apply to High Court. High Court may admit, you remember, 30, 60, 120, 90. After the expiry, if it is satisfied, there was sufficient cause. Court fee shall, as specified, be in relevant law relating court fees for filing an appeal. कोर्ट फीस कौन देगा? जो भी अपील कर रहा है वो देगा. Appeal shall be in the form of memorandum of appeal precisely stating the substantial question of law. वही docket वगैरह देना पड़ेगा, but question of law. Formulation of the question of law. Where High Court is satisfied that substantial question of law is involved, it shall formulate the question. Appeal is to be heard only on the question formulated. However, respondent shall at the hearing of appeal be allowed to argue that the case does not involve question. कितना ये ना ऐसे लग रहा है कोर्ट केस चल रहा है. We have gone, SSC is aggrieved and they have gone for question of law to the department. तो respondent is saying, sir ये तो clear cut case है, इसमें कोई question of law है ही नहीं. So respondent at hearing of appeal be allowed to argue that this does not involve a question of law. Allowed है. Appeal is to be heard by bench of not less than 2 judges of High Court. High Court में कोई एक judge नहीं होगा, 2 judges. Decision will be taken by majority where they are equally going. Case on point which may differ, more judges will be added on. Same जैसे आपको बताया. Court has the power to hear the appeal or any other substantial question of law not formulated if it is satisfied that it was. Of course, High Court will look into the matter only for question of law. But there is one more question of law which they didn't talk about. Can they add on? Answer is yes. High Court shall decide question of law and deliver the judgment containing the grounds on which decision is founded and may award such cost. High Court can charge the cost. High Court may determine any issue which has not been determined by tribunal or has been wrongly determined by tribunal by reason of the decision of question of law. High Court can pass the decision saying a tribunal ने जो किया वो गलत किया है. High Court has power to stay proceedings for recovery of demand arising out of assessment order pending disposal of the appeal. Stay order यहाँ पे भी है. But you know, in ITET, the stay order was like 180 days or ऐसा सब वो नहीं है. That's all for High Court. High Court के लिए only this much is important. Go to High Court if you are not satisfied with the ITET within 120 days. Department will go if the tax exceeds 1 crore, fees and all. High Court will talk about question of law. They will frame the question of law. In that, the respondent or other party can argue that there is no question of law. Okay, right. Appeal to Supreme Court and they will take a decision. You may be wondering, ma'am, ITET, a commissioner appeals can pass the decision within 1 year. ITET is passing within 4 years. High Court and Supreme Court का जो Code of Civil Procedure है वो applicable है, तो time limit आपके syllabus में नहीं है, छोड़ दो. Appeal to Supreme Court. SSC or the commissioners, whoever is aggrieved, can go to Supreme Court. Department will go only if the tax exceeds 2 crores. Any order passed in High Court, provided that High Court is satisfied that case involves substantial question of law and certifies the case to be fit. You know, High Court से permission लेनी पड़ेगी. ठीक है, हमारा order मत मानो, लेकिन हमारी permission लो कि ये case fit है या नहीं. बड़े पप्पा के पास जाने के लिए, दादाजी के पास जाने के लिए ये case fit है या नहीं. That you have to take the permission of the High Court. If High Court refuses to certify, aggrieved party may make an application to Supreme Court under Article 136 of Constitution. Aggrieved party के पास कुछ powers होते हैं, जैसे बोला ना, if High Court सुन ही नहीं रहा आपकी बात, तो you can go file a writ petition. ये ITET को बोलो he is not correcting. वैसे ही, see, if the case is going to Supreme Court, High Court should give the stamp, rubber stamp, कि this is a fit case for Supreme Court. If High Court is refusing, then department and the aggrieved party has got a power. Okay. Cost of appeal shall be borne by the person who is going to Supreme Court. कोई भी है, department भी हो सकता है, SSC. Department तभी जाएगा when the tax exceeds 2 crores. The judgment of High Court is varied or reversed by Supreme Court. Tribunal should pass necessary order disposing the case in conformity with the judgment. वो revert होके आएगा. फाइनली ऑर्डर किसने पास करना है? ट्रिब्यूनल ने. आई होप यू ऑल आर गेटिंग. Tribunal is the last authority to gather all facts and pass the order. But only on question of law we referred the High Court and Supreme Court. तो वो question of law करके who will change the order now? I did. Okay, right. So till here, I think we will stop. These are two very important cases, but it will take 15 minutes of time for me to draw a diagram and explain you 158B repetitive appeals, 158AB. दोनों बहुत अच्छे questions हैं. Short note पूछते हैं इन पे. Mark it very important. Write down, dear students. Short note. And from my side, we will continue tomorrow. Scroll up, no, 2 minutes right from the beginning. Do you all have any doubt anywhere? इसका एग्जाम तो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होगा. मैं खुद ही पूरे एमसीक्यूज बना दूंगी आपके लिए. Yeah, please check. Are you clear with this table now? CIT appeals, ITET, High Court and Supreme Court. I will start with repetitive appeals and the rectification or revision order. जो भी लेना है वो कल करेंगे. This topic will go on at least for minimum 3 classes. 1 class only for the question answers, MCQs and all related to this. Okay? Anyone is having any doubt? And gear up, all of you. Kasif, you have missed some classes of last week. Cover up, Amir and others. Can you please come up from your side? What exactly is the point that you are not able to make it for class test? We are taking classes Monday to Thursday. Friday, Saturday is preparatory holiday. Otherwise, I can take class every day, even on Sunday, and complete the portion on 1st June. Fast. क्या करेंगे फिर 1.5 महीना? So I am completing the portion in a pace Monday to Thursday, and this method is foolproof. So Friday, Saturday, you do like this whole week what you are studying, dear students, with me, appeals. तो फ्राइडे सैटरडे आप प्रिपेयर क्या करोगे? बिजनेस रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग जो लास्ट वीक में पढ़ा उसको रिवाइज करो, उससे रिलेटेड मॉक टेस्ट, स्टडी मटेरियल, एनी अदर एकेडमीज प्रॉब्लम जो करना है करो, स्लम सेल लिक्विडेशन. Get your doubts and Sunday write the exam. It's only exactly today's 15th of May, 15th of July your exam is starting. Now in these 2 months, no one should be absent. I know some students are watching recording because their job timings are such. They have purchased the course and every day committed way they are watching the recording. I know. Then for you also this applies कि Saturday, Sunday छुट्टी है. नहीं है तो थोड़ा इमोशनली कुछ वहां करो कि नहीं सर 2 months you cooperate. After July, I will cooperate and work extra. Right now, give me preparatory holiday. I know with working, it is very difficult to study, but 1 degree of CMA final and you will get a good leap in your promotions and all. थोड़ा टफ है और इसीलिए मैं आपको कहीं कहीं स्क्रैच करवा रही हूँ because as a teacher, I don't want you to scratch yourself. 4 subjects you have to do. कि ये एक्स्ट्रा पढ़ो. हाँ, दिस इज अ पार्ट वी शुड नो, देन रिमूव. आर फॉर रीडिंग पढ़ के छोड़ दो. विद इन 30 days you have to apply to commissioner. अब 30 days from the date of the order, 30 days from payment of tax, just no once enough. Now I am not going to speak continuous like this. I am motivating you, but you have to keep yourself inspired from inside. And one of the inspiration is foundation का फोटो या उसका कुछ होगा ना सर्टिफिकेट, उसको सामने लगा दो नोटिस बोर्ड पे. अरे फाउंडेशन किए तो कितने रोते, अभी छोड़ दोगे? इंटर पढ़े, फाइनल का so many of you have cleared second group of the final and now you are studying with me. अभी छोड़ दोगे? अभी you want to give up? So these 2 months, you and your studies, nothing else. Everything will get time. Just this last Friday, my elder sister's anniversary was there and we were sitting and talking. We went for dinner together and she said, do you remember in my wedding, you came directly to the venue? I said, yeah, sorry, now I'm together with you. But it was like 12th of May and my CA final exams were going on, lot of functions and disturbance at home. I didn't wanted to skip my final attempt. I went to my friend's house and my own sister's wedding. I directly came to the venue. This is not to boast. This is my mindset. I had some madness कि if I don't clear now within next 6 months, बड़ी sister के बाद छोटी sister की शादी हो जाएगी. तो मेरे पास ना वो pressure, वो purpose था, तो अपना purpose ढूंढो. कि no one, and now she just stays 1 kilometers away. We both are in Hyderabad. We enjoy anniversaries and dinners and parties together. क्या फर्क पड़ गया? एक function, एक wedding, एक पूजा आपके बिना हो गया तो what a big deal, huh? So miss all that, but don't miss on to your commitment of studies, of writing chapter wise exam. Some of you are, I think, preparing, but then getting scared कि लिखूं नहीं लिखूं. तो लिखो ना, and be honest कि like out of 50, if you have attempted 30 marks paper, तो 30 marks, 30 में से 20 मिले, जो भी है. This is not to scare you. This is to give you that mindset कि 3 घंटा एग्जाम तो फेस करना है, वहां तो डरोगे तो नहीं चलेगा, तो अभी कर लो. So from your side, where is the blockage? If you can put me a voice note also, because another class is there again, 3 o'clock, it's already 1:30. I would be glad to help you on, huh? In whatever way I can. Last time I did, and they all are like CMAs, Usha Shri, CMA plus LLB. Sandeep is there. They have all been doing good. Santoshini, Meghna, and Tanmay. This last batch, Meghna and Tanmay, these students, they are all going for now campus interview to Chennai, CMA qualified campus interviews. So you should see that phase for yourself. How am I dressing for the campus interview? I'm qualified now. What am I doing? तो उसके लिए ये 2 महीना leave aside everything and study. ठीक है? That's all for today, dear students. Thank you so much. Bye bye, all of you. We'll continue with 263 tomorrow. Bye.